favorite series, honestly. I just watch it when I'm feeling down because just classic British comedy right there. Then we have the complete Gravity Falls Collector's Edition box set. Honestly, I just got it when it came out because I really enjoyed the series. I enjoy watching the behind the scenes features on this as well. Then we have my ongoing Digimon collection. Starting with Digimon Adventure 01, 02, Digimon Tamers, and the fourth Digimon series. I've been slowly making my way through the original Digimon series. And of course, when it came back as Digimon Adventure Try, I had to start getting those. But I haven't really watched the Try, because in my brain I have to watch the rest of Digimon before I get to Try, which is quite a task. Then we've got some of my original Doctor Who collection, which is missing a lot. We've got, of course, the first series of Doctor Who back in 2005, starring Christopher Eccleston, which was the first Doctor Who first Doctor I really watched. The first episode I watched was Christopher Eccleston regenerating into David Tennant, and then I kind of went back from there, like, what is going on here? So of course I had to pick up the first series, and then I just ended up picking up these ones as they got to my local mart. Series 2, Part 2. I still don't have Part 1. The whole of Series 3 across Part 1 and 2. The complete 5th series. Complete 7th series. And Doctor Who, Fury of the Deep, a second Doctor serial. I really, really, really want to get more Doctor Who, honestly. So that's my little start to my TV series collection, as it were. It continues at the very bottom because reasons. But let's move on down. Next we have what I like to call my comfort shelf, my favorites shelf. And it has some things that you may have seen from me before, or you may have heard me talk about before, and some things you probably haven't. Like, we've got most of my Phantom of the Opera collection right here. Technically, this is a weird one. Got this at a thrift store. It's the best of Andrew Lloyd Webber, but it is a bonus DVD of the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera. So, this is the reason I keep it around, is because it's got I really, really love the art here. I think this is taken from one of the posters. And on the front it just has like a nice little scene. Select bonus features, all that kind of thing on it. But from the front all you see is Andrew Lloyd Webber, but I swear there's a reason for it. Then we've got a combo of a bunch of classic Universal monsters, but I keep it for the Phantom of the Opera 1943, starring Claude Rains. It is actually my favorite Phantom of the Opera film. It is very underappreciated in my opinion, but we've also got we've also got some other Claude Rains films in here as well. Along with Phantom of the Opera, we've got The Invisible Man and The Wolf Man, which he both starred in, and we've got Boris Karloff's The Mummy, because I guess we need to round it off or something. I kind of want to get a just standalone edition of the 1943 Phantom of the Opera, but I haven't got there yet. Then we have the 1962 Phantom of the Opera starring Herbert Lom. We have a little side quest into Phantom of the Paradise on Blu-ray, because it is my favorite kind of just different adaptation is part of the collection because I got it for fairly cheap. Also got the 1989 Phantom of the Opera for fairly cheap, starring Robert Englund, who you might know better as Freddy Krueger, but this definitely has those Freddy Krueger vibes. Then we've got a weird one, 1990 Charles Dance, a film, but it was first thought that I got one with hard-coded Korean subtitles, but it's very easy to turn those subtitles off. I don't know what's up with that, but I got it because it was the only DVD version of Charles Dance's 1990 miniseries that I could find. But the wild thing, you can tell this is kind of a bootleg because, okay, so it says here, it says starring Burt Lancaster, Terry Polo, and Charles Dance as the Phantom. And then it says up here, David Stoller in the title role is as impressive as Michael Crawford and as Christine Elizabeth. Walsh is a warmer both vocally and emotionally than Sarah Brightman was on Broadway. Now that comment is absolutely freaking wild because David Stoller and Elizabeth Walsh are a completely different Phantom and Christine. They have nothing to do with this version at all. Yes, David, technically, as far as I know, David Stoller's musical version of Phantom of the Opera didn't premiere until 1992, which was at least 2 years after this miniseries. So I have no idea what's going on here. But it does have an okay print, I guess. As you can see, it's all in Korean, a little bit of English throughout, which is weird. But this series is totally in English. It hasn't been dubbed or anything. So I don't know what's up with that. Then here, in between these, should be my copy of the Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary musical staging, but I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. And then we have a favorite of mine that I have talked about a little bit on the channel, namely about the Eat-A-Bag that I am currently working on, about taking over the asylum. It is my number one comfort show if I am down, if I need a pick-me-up. This is the series that I go to, is Taking Over the Asylum, starring David Tennant as Campbell Payne, Ken Stott as Reddy Eddie McKenna, and more. This is my number one series that I go for pick-me-up. Right beside The Princess Bride, which is a very, very close second. I love this story. I love the humor. It's so good. Now we've got Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is also a Michael Crawford pickup for me, as he stars in this as the White Rabbit. It's just a very curious little movie, little project. Then we've got Beetlejuice and one of those classic Walmart orange cases. This was the main way to grab it for cheap, and I'm okay with that. It is a must-watch on Halloween. Basically every Halloween I try to either watch it on Halloween or around Halloween, because it's just a absolute classic film. I love it. And then we got my mini Peter Pan collection with Peter Pan Live, the Christopher Walken and Allison Williams production. Then we've got Peter Pan, another Walmart pickup, the weird little case here. That's the Jason Isaacs flick. I just picked it up for a few bucks, and I thought the case was neat. I then got rid of some other ones because this one works. Then we have Jim Henson's Labyrinth, a David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly classic. Another classic pick-me-up. The Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is just a movie I watched over and over again, really grew up with, and is another comfort watch for me. Then we have my mini Paul McCann collection, which is, I've got the classic Doctor Who, the movie. Is it bad? Yes. Do I still love it? Yes. It was my introduction misadventure, their holiday misadventure. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about when I talk about this film, and I guess I just have to be okay with that. If you know about Withnell and I, please let me know down in the comments. Which is, if you haven't discovered it already, basically my comfort shelf, my comfort movie shelf. And then let's move down to a shelf that should be more familiar to a lot of folks. And then we've got the Disney shelf, or at least part, the main Disney shelf, with Disney movies organized in alphabetical order. We've got my favorite Disney film, Aladdin, Diamond Edition on Blu-ray. Then we've got the Aristocats Special Edition, followed by Bambi on Blu-ray, Beauty and the Beast, the 25th Anniversary Edition on Blu-ray, and Brother Bear. You can tell I picked that one up in a thrift store because there's no case and it says disc 1, so that's an eventually update kind of thing, but haven't got there yet. The Emperor's New Groove on DVD. Loved watching that film. The comedy, so good. Patrick Warburton, so good. Can you go wrong with Patrick Warburton? I don't think so. Then we've got Frozen, the sing-along edition, because it was cheap. Frozen 2 on DVD. A classic I remember watching growing up, which is a goofy movie. I don't watch it too often, but every once in a while I just like to live in the nostalgia. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Then, just because it's in alphabetical order, Gronk's New Groove is all the way over here. Not a favorite of mine, but one I do enjoy watching from time to time. Unlike Lilo and Stitch, we got the 2-disc Big Wave edition, which I'm so happy that I was able to pick up this edition. It's just classic memories attached to this. And strangely, Lilo and Stitch 2, which is the one I grew up with, but Lilo and Stitch original, definitely the more classic. Then we've got The Lion King, a Disney Blu-ray with a cover. Ooh. And one I loved growing up more than Lion King 2. I actually much prefer The Lion King 1.5, so that's why I have it. And we've got The Little Mermaid Special Edition, followed up by Moana, which is one of the more updated movies in this collection, I suppose. Then we have Peter Pan, the Anniversary Edition. I have this, of course, with my Disney stuff because it is Disney, but obviously my third edition of Peter Pan, because I love the story. Pinocchio, and Pocahontas, and Pocahontas 2. 2-for-1 kind of a thing, I suppose. Then we have The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. Now, I also grew up more with The Rescuers Down Under, so I find it to be more nostalgic to me. I don't know why we had a bunch of sequels, but not the originals in my house growing up, but that's the way it was. Then we've got Soul, the Sword in the Stone, which I have a strange soft spot for. Then we have Zootopia, and that is the end of my Disney movies. Starting into my random animation shelf. The rest of my random animation shelf, which is starting off with some Don Bluth classics. We got All Dogs Go to Heaven. I wish I could find that double pack. I had found the double pack of All Dogs Go to Heaven and All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. Once again, we were a sequel household, so I had the second one more than the first. We got An American Tail. And when I wish I had the original 4, I have not got Anastasia, which is a giant gap in my DVD collection, in my movie collection, is Anastasia. I still need to get that one, but I found Bartok the Magnificent in a thrift store, and I knew I had to pick it up, because if you know Anastasia, you know that Bartok is just such a fun character. I've got Kubo and the Two Strings, which was an interesting flick. Love the animation style in that one. We got Pebble, and the Pebble and the Penguin, which I honestly haven't watched, but I got it because I was like, it looks interesting, it looks fun. We got the animation classic that is The Prince of Egypt. It is, for some reason, still in its plastic wrap. I just haven't watched it for a while. I got it a while back. And then we have something called Animation Heaven. And I got this set because of one movie in particular. It has 8 different movies. It must have had a case at some point, but it has long since disappeared. On it, we've got Romeo and Juliet, Escape from Planet Earth, Paranorman, and the reason I bought this was A Monster in Paris. I wanted to have a decent copy of A Monster in Paris, which is, of course, a Phantom of the Opera kind of animated thing. But it also got me classic movies like Coraline, 9, Igor, and for some reason, I haven't actually watched Astro Boy, but I've also got Astro Boy. I almost forgot, I've also got Alpha and Omega and Birds of Paradise. I watched Alpha and Omega, but not Birds of Paradise. Thankfully, they're all on their own DVDs. But, yeah, I've got all sorts of flicks on this, all on their own DVDs. Animation Heaven pack, it's weird. We've got the first season of Steven Universe by Cartoon Network. We've got the full Teen Titans, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th seasons. I grew up watching Teen Titans, so I've loved these. Loved watching these, rewatching them. It's a series I revisit, I want to say, with decent regularity. Just like the movies on this next shelf. We have the Ghibli shelf and the start of some series I've got as well, like The Secret of Meridian, which I love. Okay, I'm gonna say in general with it, Studio Ghibli movies or Ghibli movies. I love the animation, I love the stories. We've got The Secret of Meridian, The Cat Returns, Howl's Moving Castle, which is probably my favorite movie on this shelf. Kiki's Delivery Service, Mary and the Witch's Flower, Princess Mononoke, My Neighbor Totoro, which is a close second. My Neighbor Totoro, it is so good. Nazca in the Valley of the Wind, Oko's Inn, Penguin Highway, which I can't remember if that's technically Studio Ghibli or not. I think it's not. We've got Ponyo, which I love as well. Satellite and a Milk Cow, which is just a weird random thing that I picked up because I saw it on sale and I was like, what is this? I've never heard of this, and it's probably not going to be here next time I go shopping in this store, so I picked it up. It was just as weird as I thought it would be. Tales of Earthsea, which I've still not watched because I want to read the book before I do that. Whisper of the Heart. Then we've got my little mini TMNT section, the 4 TMNT classic films, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 series, season 1 of it anyways. First 4 seasons of Rick and Morty as well. The 4-pack of TMNT with the original 3 live-action-esque movies, and then the 2007, I believe, animated flick. A bit of a weird collection here. We've got a Sherlock Holmes, the classic Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes. But we've also got the BBC Sherlock, all 4 seasons plus Abominable Bride as a DVD. So I rewatch it every once in a while because it's so much fun. It is such a fun series. Then we've got Beauty and the Beast, the complete series, the CBS series from way back in the day. I had a friend introduce me to this, and when I saw the complete series box set on DVD as a at the farmer's market. I was like, yeah, weird, but I gotta have it. So I've been watching my way through that over the years, really enjoying it. And we've got another Beauty and the Beast on Blu-ray. This one has Vincent Cassel and Leah Seydoux. That's a weird one, interesting one, regardless. A classic, the Scooby-Doo Where Are You? The Complete series. I love it. I grew up with that series, and I just quite enjoy watching it from time to time. So that's what we've got in my movie tower, my case. However, this is just the start. Let's transition to somewhere else to go through the rest of them a bit differently. And we've got a whole bunch of movies from over here. Let's go through them. I didn't do this with my movie case because I was like, that's way too many movies, but this is even more. So buckle in, buckle up. We've got The Wiz Live. I bought this because I was like, oh, hey, Wizard of Oz adaptation, that would be cool. And then it stayed on my shelf for years and years and years and years until the Wicked craze really took over. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have this Wizard of Oz adaptation, let's watch it. And I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. I didn't like the songs. I didn't like what they did with this at all, personally. It's just not for me. I think it's a cool adaptation, but it's just not my thing. I might actually get rid of that one. And we've got something that's just a newer addition to my display shelf that just literally does not fit on the shelf right now. Which is When Marnie Was There, and oh my gosh, this was such a tearjerker. Oh my goodness. I just knew that it was a really good film, and I kept hearing about it and hearing about it and hearing about it. Finally found a copy locally, and oh, it's so good. Would definitely recommend giving it a watch. And it's one that has a lot of little details in it as well, which is cool. A couple of different Christmas specials on DVD that were a recent pickup this Christmas, because I realized somehow I didn't have the Christmas classics that I love watching every year in my collection. Which, why? What's going on with that? So we've got a lot of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials. Really are my Christmas favorites. And this one, we've got a few different ones. Really, we've got like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Dr. Seuss. We've got the Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, Pinocchio's Christmas, and Stingiest Man in Town. Which really, that was weren't why I bought this. He was not why I bought this. I bought this for the year without a Santa Claus, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, kind of for Nestor, the Long-Haired Christmas Donkey, because I've never seen that. I still didn't watch that. Maybe I'll watch it next to Christmas. I don't know. And we've got Frosty's Winter Wonderland and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, as well as Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. All of those are a lot of fun. This case is really not in good condition. I don't know what happened, because this was supposed to be a new edition, but the case is cracked. There's a long scratch down the side. Honestly, I wanted to have these movies for Christmas, so I didn't return them. But what is up with the condition of this thing? It's terrible. I've also got 5 more Christmas specials. Every 3 reasons I bought this thing, which was all on the case. We got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, got Frosty the Snowman, their classic 2E special, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Remember Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer being especially favorites of mine around the Christmas season. We nice collection of tales of terror starring Bela Lugosi, The Pit and the Pendulum, with James Nicholson and Samuel R. Cobb. Interesting. We got The Raven, which has Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, and more. We got a little steelbook, which is kind of cheap, which I'll show later. It is the Heroes of Horror, with Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Jack Nicholson, and the East Side Kids. It has White Zombie, Bowery at Midnight, Invisible Ghost, Spooks Run Wild, Snake People, Island Monster, and The Terror. Now, I like it because I like the DVDs, but they are stacked on a spindle. It's a combo with fun-looking case, while also being kind of cheap, but that's okay. Some horror classics here. Now I've got some horror classics which I haven't watched yet, or I've watched on other editions. Some of these kind of overlap. Like we've got Dracula, Bela Lugosi's Dracula. We've got the restored version of Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. And of course, The Bride of Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. And I've seen Creature from the Black Lagoon from Richard Carlson, Julie Adams. I've got another kind of cheap-ish steelbook. This one is themed after Roger Corman, which I originally knew from Little Shop of Horrors. But there's a lot of other films in this drive-in collection with Attack of the Giant Leeches, The Wasp Woman, Creature from the Haunted Sea, Bucket of Blood, Last Woman on Earth, which is an interesting one. Of course, Little Shop of Horrors, The Terror. Which actually stars Jack Nicholson, which is interesting. Now we've got Dementia 13, She Gods of Shark Reef, and Shark Swamp Women. Just a real interesting collection here. boys should see it, because she was the one who fed my Cirque du Soleil addiction in high school. And I was like, oh, this must be good if she's got a poster of that as well as Cirque du Soleil. That's as far as I got. So, big fish, yay or nay? Start us off on the next part. We got another Little Shop of Horrors. This time, it is the 1986 film version of the musical by Howard Ashman and Ellen Menken. This is before the musical is before they got started with Disney, and I think this is also, if not around the time, maybe just before the time they got started with Disney as well, because I believe they got started in the late 80s with Little Mermaid. But yeah, so Little Shop of Horrors, the movie musical edition, had to have that in my collection, of course. Had to. Same with The Wizard of Oz, classic 1930s film. 1939, starring Judy Garland, of course. We've got sing-along features, as well as classic deleted scenes, outtakes, that kind of thing as well, which is a lot of fun on this. Quite enjoyed it. It's the 75th anniversary edition as well. Oh my god. Something I have mixed feelings about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I enjoy it, but I find the plot just a little bit, although I understand what they're going for. I don't know. But really, you got Tim Curry in, I'm gonna say, one of his most iconic roles as Dr. Frankenfurter. Rocky Horror Picture Show, of course. Then we got one that I can never get into, Rent. I know everybody in the musical theater scene just seems to have a love for this musical, and to an extent I feel like for the movie as well, but I've just never gotten into Rent, never can. I need to, that is why I have this DVD, but yeah. And we have a 9, which is a little bit of a weird thing for me, but because I enjoy Maury Huston and a soft spot for some of his musicals, and I saw him saw some of the movie and I was like, okay, let's try the live version. Maybe it's better. And I've just never been able to go and check it out. Kristen Chenoweth, Doug Cameron, Ariana Grande, and Martin Short. Even got Jennifer Hudson in there as well. You'd think that I would really love it, but I've just not been able to get into it. I don't know what it is. Another one I love is Annie. With Aileen Quinn, Delbert Finney, Carol Burnett. Oh, so many good names attached to this. Bernadette Peters is attached to this as well. Just so many good, so many good actors attached to this, and it's just, this is the version that I grew up watching of Annie, and I love it. I've seen the musical, it's good, but just this film version has a special place in my heart as well. And we have The Disaster Artist, which honestly I might just get rid of. I don't know. It was a good one-time watch, but yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It's like The Room. It's okay, but meh. I actually don't have The Room. I just have The Disaster Artist. I kept waiting for The Room to come out around the same time, but I never got it. I never found it. This is another movie that I grew up on. Oh my gosh. It has a very, very, very special place in my heart. Spirit. Stallion at the Cimarron. The soundtrack, the animation, all of it is so good. I love it, and I really enjoyed the commentary on this film as well. The commentary tracks. And, of course, my favorite films as well. My favorites, my comfort shelf. I enjoyed all the commentary on those films as well, but I am considering putting this on my comfort shelf. I'm considering it. We'll see. And then we've got another classic, Robin Williams in Hook. Late and great Robin Williams in a classic. Another kind of Peter Pan, another Peter Pan story, of course. Can you blame me? Take a shot every time I talk about Peter Pan, I swear. But anyways, yeah, Peter Pan. We got Hook. We've got the wonderful Dustin Hoffman as Hook as well. Classic casting for both of these. So good. Bob Hoskins as me again. I don't know what it is about Bob Hoskins as me, but Bob Hoskins as me, just classic character casting right there. And we come to a comedy classic. That is Spaceballs. Honestly, I enjoy this more than Star Wars. It's dumb. It's funny. It's a shut your brain off watching kind of film. And I love it. Is it dated? Yes. Very, 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 very dated. Does all the comedy stand up? No. Does a lot of the comedy stand up? Yes. So, Spaceballs. We got John Candy. We got Bill Pullman. We got Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet is so good. So good. And here we have was good. I keep meaning to pick up the actual book series, but I haven't done that yet. So, I don't know. We've got another Jim Henson film, Mirror Mask. I thought it was decent. I got this along with Dark Crystal and Labyrinth as part of like a 3-pack. I keep meaning to go back and watch this, though. It was quite good, I remember. Quite good. Labyrinth is definitely the best, but this one, out of the 3-pack, is definitely a close second. Yet another movie, I swear, half of this pile is just good intentions. I got $1 Million Arm because in high school I got really, really, really interested in cricket for a while. And then, of course, this movie came out with a cricket player learning to play baseball. I was like, oh, I should watch this. I should check this out. It's about cricket, sort of. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I still haven't seen it. I don't know. It's one of those movies that, from what I have heard from everybody, it's just a very forgettable blockbuster, which sucks. Then we've got Lemony Snicket. A series of unfortunate events. Jim Carrey as Lemony Snicket. Again, I keep meaning to watch this. I watched the series on Netflix and thought it was quite good. And keep meaning to check this out, but I haven't yet. I think no, I didn't read any of the books. I kept meaning to, but I haven't yet. So, yeah. Everyone talks about The Breakfast Club. And again, as you can tell, it's one that I haven't dove into. Because, I don't know, there's something about it. I keep seeing clips of it and keep thinking, everyone talks up this movie. I'm going to be disappointed by it. I keep thinking I'm going to be disappointed by it. So I'm almost scared to watch this. Should I be scared to watch it? Does it really live up to everybody's expectations? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, now I kept talking about Claude Rains. Now I love Claude Rains films. But one I haven't watched yet is Casablanca. Can you believe I haven't watched Casablanca? I can't. Like, everybody keeps talking about how classic it is. Obviously, Claude Rains is, to my knowledge, not in like these starring roles. He's not on the cover or anything, but it is a Claude Rains film. So I should watch it. I just haven't got around to it yet. And then we've got another series that I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick this up and I'll rewatch it. Because I've watched all of I think I've watched all of these. I'm like 90% sure that I've watched all 3 of these. The Underworld films with Underworld Evolution, and Underworld Rise of the Lycans. I'm pretty sure I watched all 3 of these back in the day. And so I picked this up and was like, I should rewatch it. And I just never have. I got a really weird set that I haven't checked out. Mamma Mia, Jesus Christ Superstar, and Flower Drum Song. I got this because I wanted to check out Jesus Christ Superstar and maybe Mamma Mia again, but I can't get into Jesus Christ Superstar. I've never particularly liked Mamma Mia, and I know nothing about the Flower Drum Song. It's not a good box set for me. Good intentions. Good intentions. And we have another box set of things. Some I have watched, some I haven't. We've got Office Space, which I've never seen. But I have seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Of course, it's a Robin Williams classic. And I've seen My Cousin Vinny, but I haven't seen Super Troopers. I don't know, Super Troopers is never one that I'm like, oh yes, I should watch this, but I just keep seeing it overhyped, and also keep seeing people be disappointed by it these days. So, Super Troopers, Office Space, should I watch these? Another weird box set sci-fi series, and I really enjoy those sci-fi series. I've heard really good things about it, and I don't know, I haven't gotten into the books, but I thought about doing that too. Is it still worth my time these days? Infinity Train. Oh my gosh. I love this series. I wish I could have found the other books of this on DVD somewhere. I don't know if they've actually done that or not, but I've at least got the first book 1 of Infinity Train on DVD, and I love rewatching this. I love it, I love it, I love it. And then, ahead of the next part, we've got my Green Ranger pop figure, because I love Green Ranger. He kind of just hangs out by my TV, because I love Power Rangers. So obviously, I have a whole bunch of Power Rangers. Season 1, 2, and 3. Season 1, season 2, and season 3 of Mighty Morphin, of course. These DVDs are, of course, a Shout Factory, which do really, really good releases I've found. And ones I've not quite gotten to yet, like Alien Rangers, Ninja Storm, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury. I want to say Jungle Fury was maybe the last series I actively watched. And then I've also got RBM. I want to get the series that I'm missing on DVD, but I know not all of them are on DVD, nor are they all easy to find. A soft spot, a childhood soft spot for Power Rangers. We're getting into the vampires with the Lost Boys. Of course, we got the Lost Boys, and then we got the sequels for some reason. I don't know, I saw these on sale and was like, huh, but then I saw this Blu-ray edition of it, of the original that I have, because that is also another, not every Halloween, but every few Halloweens, I really enjoy watching The Lost Boys as a Halloween vampire classic, so love it. But I haven't really dived into the other sequels. I've just heard really bad things about them, so I haven't got there yet. One of these Halloweens, though, one of them I will. And then we've got a whole bunch of Buffy that I haven't watched. I got all of these on sale, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna dive into the Buffy the Vampire Vampire Slayer series, and I haven't. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I've got season 6, all of it. I've got Intentions too. I've seen some of it, and it is so, so good. I love it. But yeah, that is my DVD collection. Let me know, what am I missing, and what should I watch next? And what is your favorite DVD or movie or TV series? Let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and as always,